Hello everyone, my name is Raju Kumar Baitha.
I am Arpit Anand.
And I am Shubham Kumar, and we are here to present our internship experience and project which we have performed through Webstack Academy.
Here we go.
Here we go.
My expertise in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript by applying these technologies to real world problems. Then, after hands on mon experience, gain practical experience in full stack web development using the Mon stack, which will provide a solid foundation for future software engineering roles. Another important objective was to enhance my problem solving abilities by, by tackling challenges that arise during full stack web development process. Let's start with HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. As we all know, the HTML is the backbone of any web application. HTML is the standard language used to create and design the structure of the web pages. It defines the content structure and layout using a series of elements or tags. The tags like div tag, heading tag, para tag, and anchor tag. Key feature includes the building blocks, creating forms for user interaction, and utilizing semantic elements to improve accessibility and SEO. The usage of HTML. CSS is used to separate the content of HTML from the presentation, making it easier to maintain and update the visual aspects of a website. It also enables the consistent styling across the multiple pages and devices. Now see CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. CSS is a style sheet language used to describe the presentation of a document written in markup language like HTML. It controls the layout, color, font, and other visual aspects of a web page. Now, some of the key features of CSS include selectors to target specific HTML element, cascading and inheritance for efficient styling, responsive design with media queries, and preprocessors like SAS and LESS for advanced features. Now see usage of CSS. CSS, which controls the presentation of a document written in HTML. CSS allows us to separate content from its presentation, making it easier to maintain and update the visual aspects of a website. It also enables the consistent styling across the multiple pages and devices. JavaScript. JavaScript adds the logic to the web pages or websites. JavaScript is a high level, dynamic, and interpreted programming language used to add interactivity, animations, and dynamic behaviors to web pages. JavaScript supports multiple programming styles, including object oriented, functional, and imperative. Now we will see some key features of JavaScript. JavaScript support object-oriented, functional, and imperative programming styles. It has features like variable data types, control structure, functions, events. The main motive of the JavaScript is DOM manipulation. DOM stands for Document Object Model. JavaScript can access and modify the document object model of a web page, enabling dynamic content updates. Now see usage of JavaScript. JavaScript is used to create interactive user interfaces, validate from data, manipulate the DOM, handles the user events, and builds dynamic web applications and single page applications. It is also a key technology in developing web applications, especially when it is used with frameworks like React, Express, or Next.js. Now we will see the frameworks of JavaScript. The first framework is React.js. React.js is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. It was developed and maintained by Facebook and used by many companies and developers worldwide. Then some of the key features. React.js uses a component-based architecture, virtual document object model, one-way data flow to create efficient and scalable user interfaces. It also supports features like JSX, state management, and lifecycle methods. Usage: React.js is majorly used for building the single-page applications, mobile apps, and other complex user interfaces. It is known for its performance, flexibility, and developer-friendly ecosystem. Now we will see the database management. We all know the MySQL, where the data is stored structurally. But when we have to store the data unstructured way, then we use the MongoDB. As MongoDB is a NoSQL database, which stores the data in flexible and JSON-like documents. It is also a open source that is free to use. Architecture of MongoDB contains the database, collection, document, and replica set. The MongoDB is used in CMS, e-commerce, real-time analytics. MongoDB in Merge Stack. MongoDB works seamlessly with Node.js through Mongoose. It serves the data storage solution in the Merge Stack. It also gives the real-time updates for dynamic applications. Now see Merge Stack. As we can see, M stands for MongoDB, E stands for Express.js, R stands for React.js, and N stands for Node.js. The Merge stack is a powerful combination of MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. MongoDB is our NoSQL database. Then, Express.js is a minimal and flexible Node.js web application framework. React.js is used for building user interface. And then last, Node.js is a JavaScript runtime that allows for the creation of fast and scalable network applications. Together, these technologies enable a full stack development with a consistent JavaScript environment. Now, we will see MERN versus full stack development. MERN is a specific subset of full stack development that focuses on JavaScript based stack, while MERN is tailored for building modern single page applications where full stack development offers more flexibility by allowing developers to choose from a broader set of technologies. Now let's conclude MERN versus full stack development. Both MERN stack development and full stack development have their own strengths and are suitable for different types of projects and teams. The choice between these two ultimately depends on the specific requirement of your project, the expertise of your development team, and the prioritize in the terms of flexibility, specializations, and the technology stack. By understanding these key differences and evaluating your needs, we can make an informed decision on the best approach for your web development endeavors. Now we will see some information about Redux. Redux is a state management library, which is predictable state container for JavaScript apps, which is often used with React.js. It has a centralized state, which manages the entire application state in a single store, which making it easier to manage and debug. As we can see in the diagram, the Redux has majorly five concepts: store, actions, reducers, dispatch, and selector. Redux used in the MERN stack for state management in React. Redux is commonly used with React to manage complex states and making it easier to scale and maintain the front end. It has global state sharing. It allows the components across the application to share and update the global state seamlessly. It also supports the middlewares. With tools like Redux Thunk and Redux Saga, it can handle asynchronous operations like API calls in a clean and manageable ways. Now, let's dive into the project itself. Project is developing about a user-friendly online food ordering platform using the MERN stack. Now, we will see the project requirements. The project is required implementing secure user authentication, developing a interactive restaurant management interface, providing order customizations options, and integrating a secure payment gateway. The system architecture involved using React.js for the front end, Node.js and Express.js for the backend, and the MongoDB for the database. Now, let's move on the system architecture. The system architecture involved using React.js for the front end. The user interface will be built using a React.js, which is a JavaScript library for creating dynamic and responsive web applications. React's component-based architecture will enable the development of reusable UI elements and seamless navigations. The Node.js and Express.js are used for the backend. The server-side logic and the API request will be handled by the Node.js, a runtime environment for executing JavaScript code, and Express.js, a web applications framework for Node.js. This combination will provide a robust and scalable backend solution. A database which we are used is a MongoDB. MongoDB is a NoSQL database. Will be used for storing user data, menu items, orders, and transaction information. The flexible schema of MongoDB will allow for efficient data modeling and management. Front-end development with React.js. For the front-end, we utilized React.js to build reusable components, implement routing and navigation with React Router, and manage the application state using React hooks or Redux. The design was more responsive and mobile-friendly using CSS framework like Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS, ensuring a consistent user experience across the devices. The backend development with Node.js and Express.js. The backend was developed using Node.js and Express.js. Express.js was crucial for creating a RESTful API layer that handled communication between the frontend and the backend and managed the business logic of the application. Secure user authentication was implemented using the JSON Web Tokens, that is JWT, ensuring the safety for user data and transition, as we see the function of JWT in the diagram. JSON Web Token, that is JWT, is purposed internet standard for creating data with optional signature or optional encryption whose payload holds JSON that asserts some number of claims. The tokens are signed either using a private secret or a public or private key. Now we will see the database design with MongoDB. We have created the three schemas, that is first user schema, second restaurant schema, then third order schema. The user schema stores the customer information. The restaurant schema manages the restaurant profiles and menus. The order schema tracked each customer's order details, enabling the real-time order tracking and management. Now we will see payment gateway integration. A critical aspect of the project was integrating a secure payment gateway. Now payment API. The application will integrate the popular payment gateway such as Stripe to provide customer with a secure and seamless payment process. Now, security measures. Security measures such as SSL or TLS encryption were implemented to protect customer financial information during the payment process. Handling the payments. The backend was responsible for the validating and processing payments, ensuring that all the transactions were recorded securely. Now we will see the project summary. In short, this food order website, that is OrderIt, is an interactive and user-friendly platform developed using the Munstack. It provides customers with seamless online food ordering experience, featuring secure user authentication, payment processing, and real-time order status update. This project not only allowed me to apply my Munstack knowledge in real-world scenarios, but also helped me in enhance my problem-solving skills by tackling various challenges along the way. Now, practical experience. Throughout this project, I encountered and overcome several challenges. For example, integrating a secure payment gateway required carefully handling of sensitive user information, which enhanced my understanding of e-commerce security protocols. Additionally, managing asynchronous actions using Redux Thunk improved the overall structure of the application. Now we will see the overview of the project. We have to start the project in the development mode. First, we have to connect the MongoDB database with the backend using the npm start. When the MongoDB is connected to backend or our project, then we have to render the front end using the npm start. When the front end gets rendered, we come to the home page on our browser. Now we will see the home page functionality. On our home page, we get the header. The header contains the order it logo, the search bar button of restaurant, the cart section, and the login section. Then after we get the number of counts of restaurant. Then after we get the three buttons, that is pure veg, sort by review, and sort by rating. Then after we get the different restaurant names, their address, their reviews, and their ratings. Then we get the footer section, which contains the name of the website and the copyrights. Then on the home page, when we click on the pure veg button, the restaurant gets sorted according to the restaurant is pure veg or not. As we can see, only one restaurant is a pure veg, that is Hardiram. Then after show all button click, all the restaurant gets displayed. Then after sort by review, the restaurants get sorted according to the reviews. Then after sort by rating, restaurant get sorted according to the ratings. This is our homepage functionality. Then after we will see the registration and login page functionality. When we go on the header section login button, we come to the login page. First, we have to register the user in the database. So, go to the new user. We come to the registration page. In the registration page, as we can see, we have to register the user with name, email, password, phone number, and avatar. Avatar is an optional thing. Then we have to register the user. After filling information, when we click to the register button, the user get registered in our database. After some time, we get logged in the account of that user. As we can see, account created of that user. Now we will see the login homepage functionality. When we click on the username, we get the three sections: orders, profile, and then logout. When we go to the order section, we come to the my order homepage. As we can see, my orders are empty because of the new account. The account does not have any order history. When we go to the profile section, then we get the author of our account, then full name, email address, and join date. We get a button of edit profile. When we click on the edit profile, we come to the update profile page where we can update the name, email, and avatar of our account. When we hit the update button, the updated information gets stored in the user schema in the database. As we can see, the name gets updated to the another name. When we click on the logout, the user gets logged out and we come to the basic home page. Now we will log in with the recently created user with the user credential, that is email and the password that which we are set while registering. As we can see, user gets logged in successfully. Now we will see the forgot password functionality. When we go on the login page, we get a section that is forgot password. When we click on the forgot password, we come to the page of forward password where we get one option that is enter email. After entering the user email, we have to click the send email. The email is sent to the user for only 10 minutes to reset the password. As we are in the development mode, we are using the mail trap for the testing of emails. When we go on the mail trap, we get the email that is password reset token for only 10 minutes. When we go on the email, we get one option that is reset the password. When we click on the reset your password, we go to the reset password page. On the reset password page, we are getting two options, password and confirm password. We have to enter the new password for the user. This reset password page is only valid for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it will not work. We have to enter the new password within the 10 minutes. When we click on the set password, then we get a message that is password updated successfully. Password gets updated of that user. And we come to the login page. We are checking the new password and email for login. As we can see, we are entered in the home page with the new password. Now we will see the add to cart functionality. The user gets logged in our home page. When we click on any restaurant, we get the menus of that restaurant, and in menu we get the menu name, the description of the menu, the price of the menu, and the button that is add to cart and status in stock or not. We get the add to cart button. When we click on the add to cart button, the item will be added to the cart. Now we get the plus and minus option. Plus option for adding the number of quantities of that item, and minus for decreasing the number of quantities of that item. As we are adding the food items to the cart, as we can see on the header part, the number of items in the cart gets increased. When we click to the cart, we come to the cart page. On the cart page, we get the all food selected food items with the name, price, and quantity of the selected food item. Here we can add the quantity of the item or decrease the quantity of the item. On the right part of the page, we get the total number of food items and the total price of the food item. Here we have a delete option to remove the food item from the cart. Now we will see the payment and shipment functionality. On the cart page on the right hand side, we get the order summary. There we get three options: total number of food items, total price of food item, then we get the checkout button. When we click on the checkout button, we come to the payment gateway. Here in the development mode, we are using the secure payment, that is Stripe. As we can see the Stripe gateway checkout, the left hand side contains the total price of the food items and the quantity and price of the food item, and the shipping charges. Here we get the total due as amount payable for the food ordering. On the right hand side, we get the user email. We have to enter the shipping address properly. Then after we get the payment details, we have to fill the information correctly. Then after we get the pay option. When we click on the pay option, the Stripe checks the payment details and we give the payment fail or payment successful. If payment success, our order has been placed successfully and we come to the success page. As we can see, our payment gets successful. We come to the success page. Now here we can see our card becomes zero and we get the message that is your order has been placed successfully. If we have to see the order, we get the option that is go to orders. When we click on the go to order button, we go to my order page. Here we can see the order information, that is restaurant name, order item, number of items, total amount, and status of the order, order date. We, we get the one button, that is action button. After clicking that action button, we get the total information about the order. Now we will see one more quick order process. Now we will see the order details information functionality. On the My Order page, we get all our orders. We get the order items, number of items, amount, the status of the order, and the order date. And we get one more option, that is actions. When we click on the action button, we go to the order detail information. In that information, we get the delivery information, payment status, the order status, and the order items. Here, as we can see, order status is still processing. Then we can change the order status by changing the order in the MongoDB. As we can see, we are changing the order status to delivered. Now we will see the order status in our website. As we can see on website, the order status will change to the delivered in the green bar. So with this, I conclude all the views I had to present on this topic on a thanking note by being extremely grateful to you for listening to me with such great patience. This project was a valuable learning experience, deepening my skills in full stack development with a month's